Hey guys, Zale here from Deadbird Productions, and today I've got a little Photoshop tutorial that I feel like for a lot of you guys that make videos and do things where you're constantly using text, it will help you out so much, such a time saver. So what I'm going to show you, my text tool, and we'll grab let's grab a cool font. We'll use this one. So, say that you're making videos or making title, logo, whatever, for your game, and you want to keep the same format and keep it continuous, throughout everything. So we're just gonna put title text. Doesn't really, this will be whatever you want it to be. And you can see I just got a white background because it doesn't, for what I'm showing, I need it just kind of white and I can transparency it. So first, you got your text that you just did with the type tool, and this is probably one of the most important things that you can do in Photoshop. Let's size this up real quick for the purpose of this. So you got your big title, whatever you're doing for your video or maybe your game logo, and you can see it over here, as its layer. The single most powerful tool you probably have in Photoshop is right here. If you right click a layer and you go to the very top option, blending options, okay, it'll pop up this box and you can see there's all manner of stuff in here that you can do, but for the purposes of this I'm just going to kind of keep it simple. We'll put a gradient overlay on it, and we'll go one of these. So you can see it's got the tri gradient. If you click this bar, you can actually change the colors, and so we'll take this one to dark like a black, and then we'll take this one to more of like a red, and you can see it's got our black to red to orange gradient. Hit OK. Now let's say our background has stuff going on, so we want to keep a some sort of border around that, so you go stroke. And on stroke, there's three different types: outside, inside, or center. And for the purposes of fonts, 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to use outside. It just looks a little better. But we can blow that up to about 4, maybe 5 or 6. Go with 5. And I don't like how it's black. It blends in down at the bottom. So we're going to make this a white stroke. And you won't be able to see that until I transparency that background layer. Or I do this right here. You can add an outer glow, and what a lot of people don't realize with the outer glow is this doesn't necessarily have to be a glow. This is just color on the outside edge. If you take this blend mode and turn it to normal, and take this and make it black, and then we can grow this out, and you can see it starts to create like a little shadow around the edge. Now if you take the spread all the way up and the opacity all the way up, you can see it's just a black outline, and we can take it down, and so there we go. About 10, because you're gonna have to add whatever your stroke is. You're gonna want to add that as your base pixels. So this is 5 pixel outer glow, but because we had the 5 pixel stroke, we need to add it, add an extra 5 here. So once you got that done, you can add a drop shadow, if you want, something like that, and we'll do the distance, out to about here, and I'll actually leave the spread, and then just the size so that it's kind of a hazy shadow, and there you've got your nifty title. If you want to, you can do this, bevel and emboss, and it's kind of hard to see what it's doing unless you take the size of it up, but it rounds the letters. And if you do contour, it makes it more crisp. But I like that with the base bevel. So there's our title, how we want it. And you obviously don't want to do this every time that you're doing a title, if you're using the same style. So you can actually go to New Style right here. And we'll call this Title Text Test. And we're going to include layer effects and include blending options. We'd have both of those checked. And hit OK. And we're going to hit OK on this, and you can see our style is now right here in our styles box. If you don't have this up, you can go to View and Show, and it'll be. It's not in there. It should be right here. If it's not, yeah, here we go. You can do this, or the options on the side. Sorry, my brain left me for a second. Minimize that. So you can see we've got our title. This is where this gets really awesome. So, say, you know, we need a second title, you know, or something. And you can see that's even a little bit wide, so we'll take this down to 250. 275. And there we go, our second title. Now, because you saved the style from the original title, literally all you have to do is click that layer, click that style, and you're done. And you can do that over and over again. You've got that style saved forever. You can save a bunch of different styles. And you can actually load them as packets. You can send them to other people. You can do a ton of stuff with that, but that's just a real quick rundown of some blending options that you can use to get the effects on your text art, how you want them, and you know, do it a lot more quickly. The subsequent go-arounds, so that if you're making a series of YouTube videos or something like that, you set this up once, you get it looking good how you want it, and then the next time you've got your background, you've got all your stuff in place, you just literally come in here and type out your text, click that style, and you're done. You can get elaborate with that because you can actually take and rasterize layers, and it'll make it a non-text, it'll make it an image object, so that I'll use the example right here. Let me go into the blending options on this, and we're going to take the drop shadow off. You don't ever want to do what I'm about to do with any kind of shadow or anything on, because it will look really weird. So take this drop shadow off, and we'll hit OK, and then we're going to rasterize layer style. And you can see there's no blending options on it, there's nothing on it, and it's just draggable, like if you drug a picture in or something like that. So you can go to this and you can put more blending options over the top of this. So let's say that you are doing a game that you use a lot, you want this one to be blue. You can go here, do that, and change the blend mode to color, and you can see, boom, you've got a blue version. And you can do that any color. Whatever color you want, you do that. Use that to get different colors. Just remember to put your blend mode color, because if you put it to say multiply, you can see it does some weird things with it. Color dodge will make it have some interesting effects if you want to get some like weird glows and stuff like that on it. Overlay simply overlays it over, so you can see you can get some weird fades and stuff. Now, let's say that you wanted to do this a little crazy. You can even put a gradient over the top of it, and we'll do color on this. And you can see, same kind of thing. Put our color back, and you can see you can really tweak around and do stuff with this, and save that new style. So let's say we get our color overlay. We've got our color overlay here, and we'll go ahead and put the drop shadow back in. Oh, too big. Not quite big enough. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to save this style, and we're going to call it text adjust. And we're going to hit OK. So now, if you want to, make some new title art and kind of make it and adjust it, all you have to do is make you another, piece of text, click the layer, and click this. You can go down here to drop shadow and just hit the invis, rasterize layer style, click your new style, and you adjust the text. And hopefully, I mean, there's so much more you can do with this, but I just want to keep this video kind of short. Hopefully that kind of shows you some of the things you can do with blending options to speed up your video making, title screen making. I use blending options religiously. I even use it to shade characters and stuff like that. You can do amazing stuff with blending options. But it is a little daunting because of the huge menu. But I definitely recommend you get in there, play with some of the options, see what it can do, because it's amazing. It will change your life. So I think that's going to do it for this video. You guys have a good one, and if you're gaming, may all your loots be fat.